Welcome to another part where I will teach you how to render the Plinko game um, in matter.js. Oh my god. Um, yeah. So basically, as you can see here, this is the script. So here I have initialized a lot of I can refer to a lot of elements. So the drop ball button would be this button here, and then Plinko game will be the canvas. So here, this canvas here, and then Plinko wrapper is the wrapper that contains the canvas. Lamcoin text is this text up here, and BGM audio is this smooth jazz that's playing right now. And as you can see, these are the bucket info. So these are the multipliers, and these are all the hex codes of the colors. So yeah, so here I create an engine. I also have arrays for all the pegs and buckets and balls. So yeah, I make the wireframes false so I can fill in the colors. Well, you can see what changes if I do this. Okay, well actually this is local, so I can't really do anything. Okay, yeah, set the volume to 0.1 of the volume, of the music. Yeah. Okay, so for the buckets, this is how I made it. So I wanted all of them to be 650 pixels down from top. So they were all 650 down. And then for their X values, right? They will all be offset by the number of okay. Well, each time a new bucket is added, it needs to push the other one to the right. So basically, since each one is about is 40 long, so this is 40 and 40, and its height is 30, right? So I wanted each of them to be off by, okay, well, between them I wanted it to be 5 pixels. So that's where this 45 comes from. And then since I'm iterating over bucket info, so I starts from 0. So I just wanted to add 1 to I because, well, each one, well, when I is 0, uh, it'll multiply 45 by 0, and then yeah, it'll go haywire. So they'll start off about, well, they start off about 22.5 plus 45 times 1 away from the left, as you can see here. Yeah, this is the gap. And yeah, they're static, so they don't fall, right? And their value which is just a property that I just tagged on, will be bucket info I0, which is just the multiplier. The radius, so the camphor is basically it allows me to specify extra CSS like properties. So I get to specify the radius. So as you can see, the boxes are rounded. So it's 5 pixels, 5 pixels, 5 pixels, 5 pixels. And I render them with a fill style, so I color them in. And the fill style is basically the hex code up here. So yeah, each of these are generated as such, and then I have to artificially create a new text element and style them all the same. So I put them all in the same class, and the inner HTML is basically just the text that's inside. I'm gonna put the value, which is for example 10. Like if it's a 10 times multiplier, then I'll put a 10 plus an x. So it's gonna say 10x. and this um, the style.left, basically how much it pushes to the left, will just be the same as this, because in this case it doesn't um, left is the space between it and anything. So like here, if this is the P, right? Dot left is how much here. It doesn't care about the center of gravity, which is the center of mass, which is, yeah. So where in matter.js it cares about the center, in CSS it doesn't. So I just have to care about this. 22.5 is, arbitrary. I don't care about it. So I artificially create a new text to put on top of the canvas, and that's what you see here. See, like a lot of these. Yeah, so I append all these to the Plinko wrapper so that they can be all shown in the same. They're all contained within the same parent, the canvas and the text, and then I add the bucket to the buckets array. Then when I add it to the composite, when I add it to the world, yeah, uh, take note that this buckets is a list. I mean an array. So yeah, this is the correct data type. Yeah, and for the pegs, right? This was a bigger pain to code. So for this, I took into account that, okay, well, each peg is a circle, right? And their radius is 5. So each of them was about 10 in length. 10, right? It's 10, 10, right? And I wanted 3 pegs of space between each. So this 30 and this 10, right? So it took a little bit of math, but this is exactly what I came up with. So um, yeah, I won't really go through the math because that's, yeah, it was, it, trust me, it works, because that's literally hard. Yeah, but um, this creates a new peg, and then this will add the starting offset. This is the starting offset, which is the um, this distance here. So with each row, it will have this starting offset, it will have a different starting offset, right? And then it will, each peg has to shift the next one to the right. So yeah, that's basically it. Static also, so it doesn't fly around, and it feels white because the pegs are white. And then I add it to the pegs array, then I add it to the composite, I add it to the world. Yeah, um, that's about it for how I created the layout. Yeah.